Hey, buddy. Welcome back to our episode of FSi DFS Fantasy Baseball Picks. I'm here with my guru of 31. We've got some celebrations today. We finally went over 5,000 subscribers. So thank you so much for all of you who have watched over. We only started doing this around COVID or a little bit before COVID. So it's been about 5 years. So I mean that's just an incredible amount of support, and just the views on the videos for baseball have been great recently. So just thank you so much for that. And we'll continue to do our thank you promotion for a little bit longer. So if you are a subscriber, all you need to do is take a screenshot of proof and email it to promos@fsidfs.com, and we'll send you a coupon within 24 hours for a free VIP week, which is $25 value. Just a little thank you to you. And we got a lot of cool things going on. We've got baseball going on. We'll have NASCAR this weekend in New Hampshire, and we've got soccer for the Euros going. And Charlie had a monster day, winning, I believe, over 15K. Took first place in the 10K um, golden goal, and just his material's just been fire. Like all season long for EPL, covers everything. So it's not just Euros, it's we do like Major League Soccer, and most of the soccer slates that are covered on DK, if not all of them, are covered by Jamali. So if you like playing DFS soccer, if you want to get into DFS soccer, then that's another good reason to join FSI. And to do that, you can go to the description of the video, and there's a link to our website, and you see what our pricing is. It's as low as $6 a day for VIP, $25 a week. It's like $65 a month. And if you subscribe regularly, we throw all kinds of coupons at you and promotions and stuff. So, we want to keep it affordable, and we want to make you better players and keep you in the game for the long run to be able to build your bankroll up and enjoy DFS and make a decent profit also. So, let's get into the baseball slate today. Not cool programming. No, it's not on the slate, but tonight is I think it's the Field of Dreams game, but it's not in Iowa. It's at Richwood Field, which is in Birmingham, Alabama. And Willie Mays is supposed to be there before he passed away. And it's just a historic field that, like, many of the greats, like Ruth and I think Satchel Paige and Willie Mays and like so many others played at. It's gonna be the Giants and the Cardinals. It has a nine total. 92 degrees. You have two marginal pitchers going there, so it should be good offense. Usually those parks are a little bit smaller than your normal ballpark, so usually they're fun offensive games to watch, and usually pretty close and competitive. So just something, if you're looking for something to do this evening, it should be on Fox at I think 7:05. Okay, so this slate starts at 1:05. Arizona and Washington, Ryan Nelson and Mackenzie Gore. Ryan Nelson, even on a small slate, I am not can't even can't even spell his name right. I'm so out on him today. Uh, not been not been good. I think definitely makes Washington a good team to target hitting wise. 88 degrees there, wind blown out slightly. Kenzie Gore, who's like the key piece in the that they got in a trade from the Padres, and it just has been he has been solid recently. I just look at the games and it's like, wow, this guy is good. I know Arizona has been good against left-handed pitching too, so I got to keep that in consideration. But I don't dare say that he's matchup proof yet. But I think that he is very strongly in consideration today for one of the best pitchers on the slate here. And I think people might ownership might be down just because people are like, oh, well, Arizona's really has some really good righties, which they do. I do. I get it. But just looking at the implied totals, and that Washington's a favorite here, I think that Vegas understands how good Agor has been recently. So Arizona bats, yeah, definitely like him as a GPP. I would probably play a right-handed stack of Marte, Gurriel, Walker, Grichuk. Maybe throw in another righty to be the fifth, whatever works for my lineup build. But Washington, I really like him here. Abrams is getting it. I doubt he'll be leading off. I love Jacob Young does. He is just a phenomenal young player with speed, a little bit of power, great contact guy. Maybe Lane Thomas will move up there. Winker Rosario, I think Winker had another home run yesterday. He's just having a decent season. Meneses is very cheap. Like he was so hot last year and hasn't been as good this year, but I think the potential is still there. Garcia Ruiz, switch hitting catcher. There's just like so many places to go here against Nelson. So definitely like some Washington Bass favorite cheap stack of the day. Tampa Bay and Minnesota, a little rain threat here. It's only 30 to 40%. So played through some weather recently here. So I don't think I'm really opposed to playing this game. Wind blowing in 67, so it's not like one of the blazing hot games for hitting. So definitely a better pitching situation here, except for the rain. If it does downpour, they might get pulled and not go back out if there's a delay. So it's always a risk. So Littell and Wood Richardson, I'm not really going to touch either one in the medium range. I think they could be in play, but I don't think I'm going there today, even on a smaller slate. Bat wise, Tampa Bay, I like both of them as a cheap stack, and Tampa Bay especially because both Lyles have been decent and they're under 4K, and there's a lot of potential in this lineup, and they are so cheap. The most expensive guy in the lineup is Paredes at 4-1. This is an amazingly surprisingly cheap lineup. So Rosarena, I know he's not having the season, but like he's down to 3.8. It's just crazy some of the pricing on on these players here. And Wall's back in the lineup and after injury, and like he had a great season last year, so maybe that lengthens things a little bit and helps him out. So we'll see. But keep an eye on Tampa Bay here because they look like a really decent cheap fill-in. I mean, and St. Louis has been also recently, and they've been boomer bust. So we'll see how Tampa Bay plays out. But it's really exciting as I deep dove and looked at this pricing today. I was very um, happy because they helped make Dodgers work in Coors Field. Minnesota on their side too. I think they're definitely always in play as a cheap stack. Castro, Larnach, Kepler. Larnach and Kepler are always pinch hit risk. I don't think today's day to pay 6K for Royce Lewis. If I'm paying 6K, I'm playing the 6K guy in Coors Field with the wind blowing out against the marginal pitcher on the Dodgers, probably. Uh, the rest of the lineup is okay, and Buxton keeps on falling down. He's down to 4K. I just think the injuries have, if he ever gets healthy and returns to the player, like he should be back to 5 or 6K at some point. So I never mind playing him. Jeffries has cooled off a little bit also, but Littell has given up some runs, so I think there's definitely some potential for Minnesota. Seattle and Cleveland Guardians, Castillo and Allen, 87 degrees, wind blowing in slightly. So Castillo has been good this season, but he's had some bad games. Like Cleveland, there's really not a high pay rate here. So out of all the pay up pitchers, I think I put him fourth in line. And Logan Allen has struggled a lot. I put him in the cheap range because there's really nobody to go uh, with here. And Seattle just has such a high K rate. I think you gotta play him that way. And Logan Allen has had some good games, but he has got hit a lot too. So it's almost a pick 'em game here. Seattle's slightly favored, probably just because they have the better pitcher, but it's 4.25 total on each side here. Bat wise, I think they're your top two GPP picks. Like is Castillo going to continue to struggle? Is this a great time to pick Cleveland, who's going to probably go with a almost all lefty lineup against them, except for maybe Fry and Freeland. So I think anybody's really going to play there. Or is it going to be a Seattle day where they're like cheap? Also, their highest price player is Julio Rodriguez at 5K, but then you just like 4-2 for Riley. Everybody else is under 4K, and some of the guys in the 2K. So I mean, these ones definitely work in your budget too if you want to pay up for two pitchers or get bats in Coors Field. Houston and the White Sox, Arrighetti and Flexen. Arrighetti started off well, but then he started to really start to put things together. And against a traditionally bad Chicago team, like you might give up like a hit here and there. Um, Benintendi had a home run last night. Like they might get a random home run, especially when they play in Chicago if the wind's blowing out. It's blowing across the field at 8 miles per hour and 78 miles per hour or 78 degrees. So I really don't fear hitting too much here, but I like Arrighetti. Definitely a favorite mid-range pitcher, and Flexen I'm not touching. Um, Houston, I mean, maybe if you want to in a deep GPP, go flexing if Alvarez is out again. He's dealing with a personal issue. It puts like Carantini in the lineup. I think Carantini even had a home run or a double. Well, he's hit pretty well with the opportunity that he's been getting. They moved like Diaz to DH where Alvarez usually serves, and then Carantini gets into the lineup, so that makes Houston a little bit more affordable. Also, but it says that he should be rejoining his teammates for the finale of this, so we'll see if he's there. I like him. I like Houston. He's got 5.14 a total. Pivoting off the Dodgers, definitely if you want to go there in cash. Pretty much anyone in the lineup, I'm fine playing against Flexen. He's been a little bit reverse splitsy, so righty lefty. Been fine with that. And then the White Sox would just be like a leverage stack against Aaron Getty because I think he's going to be a popular SP2 for in cash. Okay, so Coors Field, Dodgers and Colorado Rockies, Stone and blocked. Stone has not been like a great pitcher this season, but did face the Rockies recently, and I think he had like 15.8 DK points. Not like recently, like I just saw him, but like within a month. I know it was at Dodger Stadium and not in Colorado, but I think that he's definitely has some opportunity. Like the Rockies usually have anywhere from like a 23.4 to a 25% strikeout rate. So there are some strikeouts in this lineup, and especially losing like Jones got scratched again yesterday, so we'll see if he's in the lineup. Blackman's been injured, so like the bottom of this lineup just gets worse and worse. Almost like a triple A or double A feel. So a major league pitcher like Stone should be able to go out there and have success against them. Even Coors Field in 89 degrees with one blowing out. There's a 30% chance of rain, but it doesn't get up there to like the high like 50%, I think is the highest it's going to get to. And Colorado, they played through some drizzle and stuff, so they should be perfectly fine. I don't see it being like any downpours or anything like that. But 89 degrees, it's going to be like, if anything, it might be just like a quick downpour. And then like the sun comes out and everything like dries right up. So it shouldn't be a long delay of anything. So I think Stone's fine pitching with a block. I'm not touching at all. Dodger bats, yes. Ohtani at 7K. He's been doing okay, but on this slate, I might just go with the righties here and leave Ohtani. Like when I did the build, I'm going Dodgers in cash, and you'll see it in a few seconds when I pull it up here. But I think I'm gonna leave Ohtani out, but I left the option there for you. So Will Smith, Freeman, I'm probably gonna be out on today. I know the Rockies don't have lefties in their bullpen, and it's all righties, so it should be fine there. But I think I'm going to just focus on with the pitching I want to get like Will Smith, Teoscar Hernandez, Pajas, and Rojas, and then maybe throw in like Hernandez, Vargas, or Taylor. I think Taylor might be a pinch hit risk because if they do start to throw righties out there, then you might see Biggio come in off the bench. So I'll just have to watch that. Rockies, I mean, it all depends who plays. Like if Jones is in, and McMahon and Toglia is actually seemed solid. I think he had a home run yesterday. I think I had to throw him in quick for Jones when Jones was out because he was the only one positionally at first base on FanDuel that would fit. And I think he did reward me with a home run there. But Cave really hasn't been hitting as much. Amador at the bottom has a lot of potential, so a switch hitter at second base and is cheap too if you need a punt play. So there are some pieces here, but and I'll probably play like at least one Rocky lineup, but I'm not going heavy with them. Kansas City and Oakland, Seth Lugo and Spence. Love Lugo here. I think it's a great matchup for him. Probably, and you're saving um, almost like, is it 1K from down from Gill? No, it's more. It's 1,300 down from Gill, who's got a tough matchup against Baltimore in Yankee Stadium where it's 90 degrees and the wind's blowing slightly out at 10 miles per hour. So great hitting conditions there. So I think Lugo is in a great situation here, and Spence I don't mind on the other side too. Like Kansas City has been good, and but looking at Spence's number, I can't remember if he played Kansas City, but I've looked at like similar teams with him. I know Kansas City doesn't like there's not much K's and stuff, but at 6.6, if I don't know if I necessarily make a cash picture. I'd probably take Aaron Getty there. But for SP2, like Spence, if you need a little bit more money, then I don't think he's horrible here. Like Kansas City, like always like, but the lineup, they only have like a just barely over a four total here. Um, it's going to be cooler there, like only 66 degrees in Oakland. So it's not like with some of these like hot hitting environments. I definitely like Kansas City better in Kansas City, but this is like a park downgrade too because Oakland's definitely a pitcher's park. So a lot of good factors that help Spence there. Kansas City still can be a good offense, so I think you got to consider stacking them in GPPs. And then the A's are probably going to be a leverage stack against Lugo, who I think is going to be the most popular in SP1. I think most people in cash are going to go Arrighetti and Lugo, just trying to read the tea leaves. So, final game Baltimore and Yankee Stadium, 4:05 start. Hopefully, we have the lineups before DK locks at 1 o'clock. But 90 degrees there. The wind's blowing almost out to left field at 10 miles per hour. It looks like it's straight across, but if that turns at all, that could definitely help hitting. Cole Irvin, Luis Gill. Irvin, you got a lefty here. Like if Judge is back in the lineup with his wrist and stuff, like Stanton hit a home run yesterday. He's starting to put things back together. Volpe's always has some power. Glaber Torres is starting to figure it out a little bit. Trevino, the catcher, like there's just too many righties. I just can't do Irvin. I put him in the bottom of the like I couldn't necessarily put a fade, but it just doesn't look like a really good situation to play Irvin today at 8.2K. And Gill on the other side has just been amazing this season. I can't really call him matchup proof, and it definitely, Gunnar Henderson scares me, and or O'Neill, or Hearn and Santander and Cowser. There's definitely some power bats here that can be definitely concerning for to pay 10-8 for him. But I mean, he has been really good. So I think in GPPs, he's good to play. If you want to play him in cash, I think it's a bit risky. But if you can find a lineup that you can get the bats in you want and a decent SP2, and you feel it's a cash build, then go for it. There, bat wise, lefties for the Orioles, and then the righties for Yankees definitely in play. Yankees probably my third favorite stack behind Houston, and then Dodgers, Volpe, Judge, Stanton, Torres, and Deal Mayhew's pretty cheap, or just do the wraparound with Trevino. The catcher is also pretty cheap too. So I got for you. Let's look at builds to get you on your way for your day. Um, that's the wrong direction. Let's try it this way. So I'm going Stone and Arrighetti in cash. If you want to go up to Lugo, that's fine. But again, I looked at how Stone has performed against Rockies, the Rockies lineup, and I feel okay playing him there, but you just might have to sacrifice one um high price Dodgers bat and go like you take the Dodgers out of the equation, or it's gonna be really hard to get a Tani in there if you're playing Lugo. You can drop down again to like Spence from Arrighetti too, if that's the other direction you want to go. If you want to go like Lugo, Spence, I think it's about the same pricing there. But Will Smith, first base, I'll let you decide if you want to try to get Otani in there or if you want to just take a one off, or and probably stack in Tampa Bay with the Dodgers. So low at second base, third base. Like if Rojas is too expensive, then you might just need to go with a one off there at shortstop. And like I said, dude, you have Kiki, you have like Vargas, you have like a lot of other Dodgers that you can throw in there. I just worry about pinch hit risk for like Kiki or some of them that like Biggio might come in like later in the game. But if they do their damage early, then that's all you really need. Lau, the other one for Low Lau, I can't remember which one's which, second base and outfield, both Tampa Bay. And then again, I'm leaving that open for you to decide if you want to go like Hagas out there, or if you want to put another Tampa Bay bat in your lineup, or if you want to try to squeeze Otani in the outfield. So there's your choices there. And for GPP, give me Gore and Lugo. And then I'm stacking Washington and uh Houston. So I left outfield open. If Alvarez is in, I'm gonna play him. If not, then that will probably go to Lane Thomas, and then it will my first baseman will be Meneses or Singleton, depending on if Alvarez is in, and that could help me like pay up for another bat or move up pitching. But I'm pretty solid with those two. So if Alvarez is out and I do have the money, maybe I'll go up to Gill, but I don't think so. But also, I really like New York. I really like having some Arizona righties in GPP, and I'll probably take like some Baltimore lefties in case Gill has an off game. So we got for you. If you have any questions, put in the chat below. Hit me at Megaro31 on Twitter or X, whatever we call it. It's like eventually we'll just call it X, but people still know it as Twitter, so I gotta say that. And more information on FSi DFS is description of the video. Just remember our pricing is really low, and Europe football and soccer is on fire. As long we've got WNBA there, PGA, we've got so many things going on for you. NASCAR coming up this weekend, lots of cool stuff. So come in and join our community. And for low prices, we'll help you build good lines for great lines, hopefully, for your sports you're playing. So thanks for watching. If we hit 5,000, but I'm still going to say if these videos help us back, like, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and share with your friends. So thanks for watching. Hope you have an amazing Thursday, and I will see you next time.